Good morning, dreamers. Ooh, I should have checked all this before I started. How are you today? I just wanted my coffee and I wanted my chat with you. It is Thursday. Some call it Friday Junior, and we've made it. We've made it. You've made it. I've made it. I'm so proud of us. Oh, there were some touch and go moments. I think it was called Monday. Monday. So, what's on my brain today is I have a little bit of bragging to do about my daughter. Yesterday, so she had a job and the distance was a little horrendous, especially with me leaving work to take her, and her hours just kept getting bigger and more. And it was just, she doesn't have her license yet, and she's working on it, but it's a lot. So, anyway, she has now the need to find a new job. So I told her, you know what, 5 in person, in face to face deliveries of resumes a week until you find a job. I know that it's not going to be very long because the way the job market is right now. So if you have somebody with experience and you have somebody with the ability to get to where you are, you're going to hire them. Like, no doubt. And she's got an amazing reference from her former boss, and like her former boss, just she knows it would not have been that way except for distance, etc. So all that to say, yesterday I said, all right, get your resumes and your availability and all this stuff ready. So she did, and she got all of that ready, and she um, I said, you're going to have a driving practice while we go. There is a massive thoroughfare in our in the middle of our town. Like, our town is made up of 3 little towns put together, and in the middle of this is Hespeler Road. Your GPS will say Hespeler Road. Anyway, Highway 24, and it is busy. There are 3 lanes on either side. It is got so many tucks and turns and so many people, so many, like, there's even this one place is called the Delta because so many different turning lanes are going everywhere, and you have to know what you're doing. It's the only place I've ever had, it was where I had my second accident, and it was because the guy in front of me went when his arrow said go, and then he's underneath the light for another lane, and he sees that it's red, so he stopped in the middle of the intersection, and I'm like, whoa. And it was icy and whatever, and it was my fault. Neither here nor there. But it's a weird intersection, and it's a weird thoroughfare for people that do not live here, do not grow up learning how to drive here. So I took her on that route because she's going to have to navigate it. She has to know what she's doing. And so I mentioned to my mom while I was waiting for her to go in and drop off her resume at one place, and I'm just like, she's on Highway 24, rush hour, like, she's doing all the things right now. And I'm just so proud of her, and so was my mom. She is so proud of her. And so I have a sneeze, sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, now you see my lunch is almost ready over there. But anyway, so all of this is happening, and I realized I could never ever have taken Hannah for her first ever driving lesson on this road. I had to make space for her to grow and improve and change. And she is not the driver that she was last fall when she got her beginners. She's not the same driver. Does she have her full G2 yet? No. That's the level in Ontario where you can drive without your adult in the car with you. She doesn't have that yet. She's going to take the test in September. But she's improving. She's growing. She's becoming. She walked away with 2 interviews after applying at 4 places. And yeah, it was just, she's well on her way. So I'm just saying, like, in my mind, I was like, you have to make room for people to grow. You can't assume they are the same as. I can't assume she's the same driver she was when she got behind the wheel for the first time in November. I can't assume that. That's not fair. I have to make space for her to grow and improve. And yes, there's going to be very difficult growing pain times. I have a friend, Donna, who's taken her out, and we have together worked on coaching her through roundabouts. And they're tough. And you have to be alert. You have to know what you're doing. And sometimes both lanes go around, and sometimes one goes through and one goes around. You got to know which one you're in any given moment. They're not easy to navigate. There are adults that don't navigate them well who have been driving for a lifetime. Longer than Hannah's been alive, for sure. And we have to be aware of our surroundings. And those of us who are the coaches, we have to make space for them to make mistakes, for them to grow, for them to learn. And that's how we need to treat our fellow human beings. If somebody said something, if somebody was rude, if somebody was hurtful, make space for their growth. Some refuse to grow. Some refuse to get behind the wheel and practice. Some refuse. I hope you realize this is a metaphor now. And you don't have to be best friends with them all. If they've hurt you, you are allowed to put your boundaries up for sure. But don't assume they'll always stay that way. If you have space and grace for yourself to grow, you need to give it to others. And this is me talking to myself. It was such a beautiful thing to watch my daughter grow and improve right before my very eyes yesterday. She was on it, checking those blind spots like nobody's business. It was beautiful to watch someone improve and grow and mature. And if we can't love them the moment they are in right now, we're not going to help support and build a foundation of growth and maturity later. I love that God loved us no matter what. While we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. While we forgot who we were created to be, when we forgot and we lived for ourselves, and we were so angry at the message he brought of peace and joy, we said, no, power is more important, authority is more important. And us humans took his life. We murdered him because we didn't like his message. And he surrendered to that because he loved us and wanted to restore us to who we were created to be. So, with his mercy and his grace towards us, let's point that back and reflect it back to the outside world. Let's be patient and kind and make space for growth. Don't forget about doing that for you too. Know that I love you. Bye.